Hello everyone, I'm Keely and this is Voice of a Creative, and today I'm here to show you my August 2020 makes. So I will be getting started on the makes, but two updates for you. I have hit 5,000 subscribers, which is absolutely incredible. I'm really happy to see lots of people appreciating the content and coming back and watching video after video, which is really great to see. So if you are subscribed, then thank you so much for your support. But if you're not, then please do just press the subscribe button, because it's always lovely to see people wanting to support me. The other update is about my thyroid. It turns out that the biopsy was kind of inconclusive. So that means that I do have to go in for surgery and I will be getting the left side of my thyroid removed. That is going to be in about 4 weeks' time. And it has been said that the operation can sometimes affect your vocal cords. So if in a couple of weeks' time there aren't any videos from me, it's simply because I can't film because my voice isn't quite back to normal yet. I will try and pre-film some videos, but it's all according to kind of how I'm getting on with that. It's my first time kind of going into hospital, so hopefully it will all go okay. I do trust the kind of medical professionals, but it's just a bit scary, obviously, doing something that you haven't done before, and especially when it's a medical issue as well. So on to my August makes. Now, August was a very, very busy month for sewing because I had the summer off before I went back to school. I'm back at school now, and again it's very busy with all of the extra precautions that we have to take, but I'm really enjoying being back in school. I made 19 things in August, but what I'm really pleased about is 12 of those things were for other people. And that's really good because I've got lots of clothes in my wardrobe, and it was nice to spend some time to make some things for other people, and I know that they really appreciate the garments. I've got pictures of 11 of those because I don't have them, I gave them to the people. And there's one thing that I made for myself which I don't have the actual thing because it's in school, but I'll show you pictures. And then I've got one of the things that I made for my husband as well. So I've written a list in my notebook here with my stickers from Pink Coat Club. And I'm just going to go through the things I made for myself first, and then I will go through the things that I made for other people. So my first make is this t-shirt here. I was wearing this today. This is my blocked Bertha cardigan by Tilly and the Buttons. It's got different sleeves, but I love this cardigan. But I will take this off and just show you the t-shirt underneath. So I bought quite a few 1 meter cuts of fabric to make t-shirts. Over lockdown, I was wearing my t-shirts kind of day in, day out, and I was getting fairly bored of wearing the same thing over and over again. So I thought I'd make a couple of new t-shirts to just jazz up my kind of weekend at-home wardrobe. And so I made 4 more iris tees, 3 with the plain sleeve and 1 with the 3/4 kind of puffed or pleated sleeve. So this is the iris tee from Forget Me Not Patterns. I have done a review video on it if you want to go and watch that. I really love this pattern. I think it works out really well for me. I'm not sure which size I make, I can't remember. I do say in the review video, but I will pop a little bit of text in to say what size that I make in this. But the adjustments that I make, I do adjust the back just a little bit to widen out the neckline. Otherwise, I don't make any adjustments to the neckline. The one thing that I do is to lengthen it a bit. So this is not the pattern test pattern. This is the actual pattern that you will get. And I still feel like I need to lengthen it. So this one was lengthened by 1.5 inches. But I actually think after wearing this around for a bit, I could have gone for 2, maybe 2.5 inches. Just because when I stretch my arms up like this, it comes up a little bit higher than I would like it to. And so I think I just need to add that little bit of extra length. If you are going to make an iris tee, just bear the length in mind, maybe compare it to another t-shirt that you have to just make sure the length is right, because it is slightly shorter. I love it as a pattern, but I just think that it just needs to be lengthened a little bit. This is an Art Gallery cotton jersey from Lamazi Fabrics. Absolutely beautiful to work with. I love Art Gallery fabrics and especially their jerseys. They are beautiful quality and super, super soft. Now this pattern is a pattern that I saw Shona from Satisfaction wearing like constantly over the last couple of years, and I was desperate to get it, but she didn't have any in stock. So when Lamazi got it in, I just had to buy it, and I absolutely love this pattern. I love the colours, I love the design, and it's a really nice bold print to wear with jeans. That's how I wear it. So I've got just the plain sleeve option here, so no pleats or anything, because I just wanted the pattern to stand out. And then it's just a high neck, and I will just stand up and show you the fit of it. So I've just got it on with high-waisted jeans. So this is the length, so I've added 1.5 inches to the length, and this is where it comes on me. But I just think it could do with being just a touch longer, just because when I do this, obviously it goes shorter. So really love the fit of it. I think it fits nicely here, and yeah, really pleased with it as a t-shirt. Fantastic quality, lovely pattern, and I've already worn it like 3 times, and I only made it a couple of weeks ago. So super pleased with that one. So I made 2 exactly the same as this. So the other one I made was this one. And this is also an art gallery cotton jersey, really lovely bright teal with this bright kind of yellow and flowers, which I think is great. But the lucky thing was is I could use the same kind of teal thread on this and this, so I made them both as like a batch sew together, which was really great. So super pleased with that one as well. It looks the same as this one, so I'm not going to try it on, but yes, 2 lovely t-shirts to add to my wardrobe. The next one is this one. So this was originally cut out as a Tabitha t-shirt by Tilly and the Buttons, but what I realised is the fit, the boxy fit of the t-shirt wasn't quite for me. I prefer it to be fitted to the waist and then come out at the hip. So I cut the Iris T pattern out of it, and it worked because the Iris T seam allowance is only 0.6, is ideal for using straight on an overlocker, whereas the Tilly and the Buttons pattern is 1.5 centimetres, and so it actually worked out really well, and I was able to get this t-shirt out of it. So that was quite cool. So this is a forest green cotton jersey that I got from Like So Amazing. Really lovely quality and beautiful to sew with as well. And what I've done is I've used my Cricut machine to add some vinyl on it. So it just says artist to go with my art side of me as well. And I used the patterned iron-on from Cricut. It does look really quite creased. I did iron it, but so I absolutely love that. I love the pattern. I think it's really cute, and I have already worn it, and it goes with lots of my skirts. I was actually wearing it in my Donovan Skirt review video, which I will pop a card in if you haven't seen. I'm totally in love with that, and I want to make some more t-shirts with vinyl because I think it is super cute to be able to personalise things like that. The next one I made was this one. So this is in a blue cotton jersey that I also got from Like So Amazing. So really beautiful colour. Now this was kind of last year or so that I got these, but she has got a range of cotton jerseys in now, so I will link them down below for you. Now this is the Iris T as well, so totally same neckline. The only difference with this one is the 3/4 sleeve. So I will just pop this one on to show you. So again, really pleased with this colour and the sleeve. So this is a 3/4 length sleeve, so that's where it kind of comes on me. I think it's a really good length for me actually. I do have quite short arms, so if you do have long arms you may need to lengthen it a little bit. But I absolutely love this pleat detail, so I'm trying to show you. Oh, it's quite difficult. Maybe I'll stand up and show you, but I love this pleat detail here. Let me stand up and show you the whole thing. So same as the other ones, I've lengthened it by 1.5 inches. So that's where that lies, and then this is the sleeve. So I just love that detail. I think it's so cute. Just adds that little bit of extra detail compared to a plain sleeve, and I love how it's finished with the little cuff as well. I think that's a really lovely finish. So yeah, really pleased with this one as well. And I think I haven't worn it yet because it hasn't really been cold enough, but I think during the winter and autumn I will get a lot of wear out of it, and I am tempted to make a little cardigan to go over the top of it, but without sleeves. So like a kind of, well, like a long cardigan style waistcoat, because then I can wear it over the top of this and then still have the sleeve showing, which I think will be really cute as well. So next up is one of my dresses, so I'm going to get changed into that and then I will show you. So this is my next make. Now if you watched my Gilbert top review video then you will have already seen this, but this is the Gilbert top by Helen's Closet and I've hacked it into a dress. So I absolutely love this pattern. I've made this one and another version, but it's such a fantastic make and I know I'm going to get so much wear out of it that I will be planning lots and lots more. And I have already cut out another dress hack version, but just extending the shirt rather than adding on a skirt like I did with this one. So this fabric is a Mind the Maker viscose twill, which I got from Lamazi Fabrics, and I've made the Gilbert top as it is. I've added the pocket. I've shortened the sleeves slightly, but that's just because I prefer them at that length. And then what I've done is added on the Donovan skirt. Now if you do watch the Gilbert top review video, at the end of that video is a kind of tutorial demonstration of how I put this together, or kind of like a sew along. So if you do want to know kind of more detail about how I put it together, then go and watch that and everything's there for you. So let me just stand up and show you. So the Gilbert top stops here. So I've got my 3 buttons to here. Then if I undo the tie, there's a seam line just there, which you can't see very well in this fabric actually, which is good. And I've just attached the Donovan skirt. So the Donovan skirt is another pattern by Helen's Closet, and I've simply attached it. So that's what it looks like without the tie. And at the back, I added in a little bit of elastic, just sewn into the seam there to bring it in just a little bit. And then I've got the waist ties, which I like to tie in the front. Now, I've worn this since I've made it, and I've decided that I am going to make a change. I actually have decided that I hate waist ties sewn into the sides, because without the elastic, when I tied things at the back, and some of you might not have this problem, but I seem to always have this problem, and I had it with the indigo dress as well, and this is why I didn't wear it, is you then end up with like a folded bit of fabric where the waist tie folds the fabric around like that. Now, I think some people probably don't mind that, but I actually really hate it. I don't know why, it just makes me feel like I'm not fitted into the clothes properly. So what I'm going to do is take the waist ties out, so these waist ties out. I'm going to add a loop, which I'll show you on the next dress. I'm going to add a loop, and then I'm going to stitch these 2 ties together so that it's a whole piece that goes round, and I can still tie it in the front. So it will effectively look the same, but I won't get the folds in the fabric, and it will just kind of gather together and tie all the way round. So I think I'll just prefer that. So it'll just look like this, but just tied together. And I think I need to remember that. I do not like ties sewn into the side seams. They need to be sewn in like the True Bias Shelby dress into like the back panel, or that it needs to be a separate tie for me. But do really love this make. I love the fabric. I think it's really cute. It is loose and comfy to wear, but still seems really stylish. So I am super happy with it as well. There's the whole thing there. So I'm just going to get changed into my next make. So this is my next make. This is the Alex shirt dress by Sew Over It. And I cut this out, I think about 1.5 years, 2 years ago, so it's been forever. This is a viscose that I got from Fabricland, and I bought it with the idea of making a test version of the garment before making some more. Now, I do really like this make, but the instructions were a bit difficult to follow, and if I hadn't made any shirts before, I would have really struggled. I suggest not using it as a first shirt pattern really, but I did like how the final garment turned out. So this collar is not interfaced. The pattern did not tell you to interface it, and it's really floppy, and I know it's supposed to be like that, but I don't like it. If I make another one, I will interface one side of the collar to just give it a little bit more support. The other thing is the button placket is also not interfaced, or maybe it's supposed to be, but I couldn't see that in the instructions. And so I feel like that's a bit flimsy really, and that could kind of mess it up at any point. So I would interface the button placket as well. The sleeves came off the shoulder quite a lot. I've actually reduced that quite a bit because it just looked like I was wearing like my dad's shirt where it was too big, it was way too big on my shoulders. It is still a slight drop shoulder there. I just added a short sleeve because I thought that that would be better for me. If I added 3/4 sleeves, I think it would only be appropriate in kind of autumn winter, although I am thinking of making a couple of versions like that to wear at school. Now, with this, I didn't actually sew buttonholes and sew the buttons on. I literally pinned it together, spaced them out, and then just sewed the buttons on and sewed the 2 layers together. I could have done the buttonholes, but I was a bit worried without the interfacing that actually undoing it all the time would be difficult, and also it goes straight over my head really easily. So let me stand up and show you. So I think with this one I made the size 12 or 14, and it does fit fairly well. What I am, actually I think I made the 14 and I want to size down to the 12. So I'm going to size down in the top half to the 12 because it is, I've got a lot of space here. And I feel like the armhole's a little bit too low for me. And if I kind of do that, you'd be able to see kind of my underwear and things like that, which I don't necessarily like about it. So I did add a waist tie. So without the tie, this is what it kind of looks like. And it has got a curved bottom hem, which I know you can't see in this space, but yeah, it's got a curved bottom hem, which I do like. And I didn't take anything off the length, I just kept it the length that it was. So what I did with this is to create a long waist tie. So I used the Shelby dress waist tie size, because I really like the size of that, but I lengthened it by 3. So it's the Shelby dress waist tie times 3, which is a bit too long, but it's still fine. And what I did is, rather than just have the waist tie, I've got a little loop here. This is a little loop, just of the fabric turned over, and it's just sewn into the side of the dress. And I think I'm going to do that more so with ties now, because then your tie just stays in place. So even if you drop it, it's still in place. So I prefer that because it's a little bit easier. And then you can just tie it. It is a bit long, so I do end up with quite a big bow, but still. So I am pleased with this. It's really lovely, I feel, and chic. I love the florals. I think it will be great for work, and I can add a little cardigan with it, which I think will be cute. I like the buttons. I just used plain buttons to go with the fabric, and I am really pleased with how it turned out. However, it was a bit of a journey getting here, mainly because I cut it out kind of years ago, and I do think that I need to kind of alter the fit just a little bit. It fits me, it's like nice, it's comfortable to move about in, but I just think I can improve it just a little bit. So the last thing that I made, I actually made 2 of, but because of the way things are in school, I'm actually going to be not staying in my classroom for all my lessons, but instead I'm going to be moving about to different classrooms for my lessons. And I did think about this, and I thought it's going to be difficult for me to kind of carry like hand sanitizer, hand cream, like a lip balm, some tissues, pens, all of those little bits and pieces that I need every day that are just in my classroom. So I decided to make a little pouch. Now this is just basically kind of 2 rectangles of fabric with a zip, and I've lined it, and then into the side seams of the bag I've tied some cotton twill binding, and it's basically like what you would use for apron straps. And I've just tied it in, and it ties round like a little apron, and I tie it around my waist, and it fits everything in there. So I can fit like my phone, a few different pens, and I will be carrying like a rubber sharpener, pair of scissors, those little bits and pieces. So they're gonna be perfect for school. So I did also make one for the other art teacher in my department, but I will just pop in some pictures as I'm talking of it and how I wear it. But I've worn it all this week, and it's been really useful, and so many other people in school really want one as well, and they keep asking us where we got them from, and obviously I say I made it, which is great, but I actually really then want to make some for them as well, because I think it's just a nice addition. It will make their day easier, but they do take about an hour each to make, and so it becomes a little bit more difficult when I would be spending hours and hours making them. So really pleased with that one as well for myself. So things I made for other people. Firstly, we had kind of really hot spell of weather in August, and so my husband wanted me to make him another pair of shorts. So I did make him a pair of shorts before, and this is a second pair. Now they are just kind of jersey shorts to wear around the house, and they are made from the men's Hudson pants pattern. and all I do is just cut it off so it's shorter. So it's quite a lot shorter actually. So these are just in a black cotton jersey that I had in my stash. Super simple, really easy to make. I think I sewed them up in about half an hour to an hour, and he wore them all the time that week. And I know when hot weather comes around again, he will also get more wear out of them as well. So that's one of the makes. I also made some shorts for my mum. So she had a pair of shorts that were a little jersey pair of shorts with a turnover at the waist with elastic in, and she wanted some more for exercising. So I had some grey cotton jersey in my stash. I used the Tilly and the Buttons Juno Pyjamas pattern and made a little pair of shorts. And it was really easy to turn over the top and add in the elastic. Super simple to make. She was really pleased with those, and I definitely want to give the Juno Pyjamas bottoms another try for me. I haven't had a chance yet, but I will definitely be giving those a try in the near future. So lastly are all the things for my sister. So I made her quite a few vest tops and quite a few t-shirts as well. So for the vest tops, I used the Iris T pattern as a base without the sleeves, and I dropped the armhole just a little bit, dropped the neck hole and lengthened it. So I made quite a few changes, but I did use that as the base. And I made her a few different ones, so I will pop them in as pictures. So the first one I made was in an elephant print cotton jersey that I got years and years ago and had left over, and I had bought it for her originally because she loves elephants, and she has a t-shirt out of it from years ago when I made it, but I made a vest top out of it as well this time. Then I had some white and black floral cotton jersey, just again like a kind of a remnant piece, so this was really good to use up smaller bits of fabric from my stash, and they were the right colours for my sister as well. And then I also made just a red cotton jersey version. Now I had made her a t-shirt out of this before, but she now has a vest top in it as well. I also made a cranberry and floral jersey vest top from fabric I had. I used to have a dress in this as well, but it's a really cute fabric and she really loves them. So that's the 4 vest tops that I made for my sister. I also made her 2 t-shirts. So one was the Iris T with the puff sleeve in this black floral cotton jersey that I had. It's quite a fine knit. And the second was just a plain sleeved Iris T. With both of these, I lengthened them, I think, from the actual length by 3 inches. My sister prefers things to be a little bit longer than I do. She's slightly taller than me. She's pleased with all of those makes. Then I made a Bertha cardigan in a rib knit from Lamazi Fabrics, and that was for my technician in work. And she absolutely loves it. She was really over the moon and really pleased with it. And I will pop in a picture of it on my mannequin. I think the Bertha cardigan by Tilly and the Buttons is fantastic. I've made 3 and then that one for my technician as well. It comes together really well and it's just a really lovely drapey kind of cardigan. I know I wear mine almost every day when I'm at home, so definitely have a look at that one if you're looking for a kind of cozy at-home cardigan pattern. That came as part of her Make It Simple book recently. And last but not least, I made a patchwork cushion for Taylor, who is Tamlin's son. So I normally make name cushions for friends' babies, and I thought this was a great chance to make one for Tamlin as well. And if you don't know her on Instagram and YouTube, she's Sewn on the Tyne. And so I made a really cute little name cushion for her son, which I was also really pleased with. I used the Cricut maker to cut out the lettering on that as well. So, super busy month with sewing, but I think that's to make up for the fact that I won't be sewing much this month. I haven't managed to do any sewing this week, and I will have a few things planned in preparation because I will be off for a couple of weeks, and I do want to make some kind of comfy over the head type pull-on t-shirts to wear when I'm recovering as well. So I think that's everything. I hope you enjoyed seeing my makes this month. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please press the thumbs up and subscribe if you want to hear more from me. Goodbye.